inflammation is divided into both acute inflammation and chronic inflammation. Acute inflammation is a process, it's an evolutionary process or mechanism developed by our body to fight off infections and invading organisms. What inflammation in essence is, it's an immune response. So something foreign enters our body mounts a response to get rid of it. Why? Because if bacteria or viruses enter our body, if it stays there and replicates and multiplies, then our body, our cells will die. So of course we want to get rid of this. So that's an immune response. When you get a little cut on your arm and then there's a little bacteria that enters, it becomes red and swollen. And that's because now it's red because our body is pumping in more blood to bring in all the stuff that you need. And it's becoming swollen because it's going to pump in all these immune system right into that area to fight off all that. What's really bad for us is a chronic inflammation. And what is chronic inflammation? Well, it's an extension of acute inflammation, or it could be a separate thing. What happens is, it's clear to our body when a bacteria or parasite or virus enters, we have to clearly neutralize it. However, what happens if something enters our body not quite like that? Let's say a toxin. Let's say something from a processed food that our body does not recognize. Then what our body does is it doesn't unleash this massive acute inflammation. It doesn't want to. It's a waste of resources for our body. Plus, we don't need that. So what happens is our body mounts an immune response, but not quite like acute inflammation, where it does all that. It just mounts a slight response. So it still responds to this, but it goes and checks it out and finds out, it's not going to cause quite the damage to our body. So it sort of keeps it monitored. Unlike acute inflammation, where our body pumps in a lot of blood to that area, chronic inflammation, opposite happens. What happens in chronic inflammation? In fact, blood flow slows down, meaning that these small blood vessels that are actually feeding oxygen and nutrients to the cells shuts down, literally. Then the cells undergo these three fates. As I said, they could either die, they could become diseased, or they could become cancerous. In most cases, they become diseased.